Morning! You join this 4 Metropolitan Express unit at High Cardiff to drive the first leg of the 10:30 to Portsmouth as far as Bristol Temple Meads. Set yourself up and press F1 for your briefing. So insert the passenger key, reverse it to neutral, reset the AWS, point the camera up a bit, D-ray off, instrument lights on, tail lights off, headlights on, reverse her to forward, press neutral. Use the brake and power. So departing Cardiff West, next stop is Cardiff Central, which is right around the corner. So our speed limit is going down to 15. So behind me is Cardiff Canton Depot, which in 2007, when this scenario was set, it was used by River Trans Wales, which is now Transport for Wales. And then from the right is the southern half of the Valley Lines, going towards, I think, Herbert, Barrow Island, and a bunch of other places. Also the long way round to Bridget. So it's 15, crossing over onto what will be the up main towards Newport. So in Cardiff Central, aim to stop by the canopy, or the end of the canopy. So departing Cardiff Central, speed limit is 15 miles an hour, which I'm currently braking. There you go. Speed limit will go up to 20, then up to 40. So the scenario is called 1 Foxtrot 11 10:30 Cardiff to Portsmouth. Morning, get yourself set up, ready to head empty into Cardiff from the 10:30 to Portsmouth Harbour, going as far as Bristol Temple Meads, with this 158 transferred from Pioneer Express. So this is set in 2007. Which is pretty sure when the Wii came out. So we are stopping at Cardiff Central, Newport, Fulton Wood, and Bristol Temple Meads. Maximum speed is 90 miles an hour. There's also a 30 miles an hour TSR at Wentlug. I don't know. The others had to turn down the volume of the game a bit because 158, when it gets to high speed, does get a bit loud. Yeah, I did love 158s. Kind of grew up around them because Northern has quite a lot of 158s, which before the 195s came in, they did operate on the Cardiff Valley between Manchester, Victoria, and Leeds, with services extended to Selby and York before being cut back to Leeds. Speed limit's now going up to 75. Yeah, I do love the 158s. Very nice engine. Okay, so I'm probably thinking, why the fuck is there a Transpennine train in fucking Wales? So the answer to that is, in 2007, Transpennines class 185s were in service, which means 158s were being made redundant. So instead of putting them to storage or transferring them to Northern, what I first did was transfer them south to First Great Western. And then they were eventually put into the Dynamic Lines livery. So that's why there's First Great Western in Wales. I bet it didn't have confused passengers. But they were probably thinking, this train is First Great Western, why does it say Transpennine on the side? Also, what's even weirder is that that a couple of Central trains 158s were transferred to Transpennine in, I think it's like 2005, I think. And when the 105s came in, they were also transferred over to First Great Western. So you had a Central Trains liveried 158 with Transpennine Express branding operated by First Great Western. There's a warning board for the 30 miles an hour TSR. So for a TSR, you have a portable AWS magnet, which is always permanent, so it will always give you a warning. Then 183 meters away from that is the emergency indicator, which is basically the board with a flashing light on it. And then, well, the emergency indicator with a portable AWS ramp. And then 183 meters away from that is the warning board for the TSR. And you have your braking distance, and then you have the TSR board with a speed limit on it, in this case 30. Then you have the possession, or not possession, the affected area where the TSR is in place. Then after that you have the termination board where the speed limit goes back to line speed. And that's not down too much. So the reason for the TSR is that in the scenario it's meant to be really warm, and kind of try to implement a bit of rail buckling. Yeah, I tried to put a TS out on all lines, but in classic TS fashion, the AI kind of ignores it. It's a bug. So now that we have left the TSR, speed limit has gone back up to 95, and we have about 5 miles to Newport. So the scenario is part of my South Wales Coast Pack, which is currently available on ATS. So the pack contains 5 scenarios for the HT, the 158, 175, shared, and a tamper. The tamper by Gold Star Chains on ATS. I think the total drive time is about 3, 4, 5 hours. A shed on a coal train, probably going to Aberthaw or something. Yeah, Aberthaw from Avonmouth. Yeah, service no longer runs because most coal-fired power plants in the UK have closed because we chose to go green. You know, switch to more renewable energy like biomass. Also for this video, I'm also using a different encoder in OBS. So instead of using X264, which is encoding on the CPU, I'm trying, I think it's called H265, which uses the GPU for encoding instead of the CPU. Because if If you didn't know, train sim is very CPU intensive. And if you want to like record more CPU intensive routes, like just trains routes like the Midland Mainline and SWEX, you're gonna want to free up as much GPU strain as possible. So my graphics card is an Radeon RX 580 series. It's doing a pretty good job. I've just got like a bit rate of, I think it's 9,000. Because what I'm trying to get is like 1080p at 30 FPS. Because I'm not sure if my GPU can do 60 FPS. And not train sim can't, because train sim is train sim. On the right is Alexandra Dock, which can have all sorts in it. Today is just mostly sheds. Land to the left is towards Ebervale. Whoa, tunnel, come on, load in. Thank you. Speed limit is going down to 30 as we enter Newport. Chilling our speed down to 30. So Newport aiming to stop just by the end of the platform where all the buildings are. Arriving into Newport. Reports have come in about rail buckling between Patchway and Foothappy Wood. Therefore, Control has decided to close the line and divert all trains via Bristol Parkway. Depart when ready. Will do. Okay, it's about in Newport. Speed limit is 40 miles an hour. Next up is Bristol Parkway at about 21 miles. One to the right is the Welsh Marches towards Shrewsbury through Abergavenny and Hereford. And we continue right towards Bristol. Wrong. Yeah, everybody loves the Gronk. They're so small and cute. The other working timetable for 2007, you can tell whether a train is worked by a Gronk because the hair code starts with a 7 or an 8 rather than a 4 or a 6. And if you don't know working timetables or hair codes, that probably is a little gibberish. This is East Yard. Speedometers are going up to 90 miles an hour, which is the maximum speed of a 158. So coming up on the right soon will be Hanworth Steelworks, which I'm pretty sure is in use to this day. But back in the 90s, I think that's early 2000s as well, they had iron ore trains from Port Talbot to Hanworth. I think once it was triple-headed 37s, then 60s, and then sheds. And there was nothing because it doesn't run anymore. Just a couple of flyby shots. Next station will be Seven Tunnel Junction, where the line towards Gloucester comes off. So trying to keep the speed at a very constant 90 miles an hour. Yeah, the South Wales Coast, it is one of Dovetail's better routes, along with the Chatham Mainline and the North Wales Coast. Because South Wales Coast, it does look really good. warning of 40 as warning of 40 for the junction going on to the relief. Not too far from South Wales Junction. Yeah, not far from Severn Tunnel Junction. After that, we're crossing to England. And we're out of Wales. As the spillway will shortly be going down to 25. So soon we're coming up on Severn Tunnel Junction, where the line towards Gloucester comes off. So now we will be descending through the Severn Tunnel at a very steep gradient of 1 to 90. So now entering the Severn Tunnel, where we will cross into England. So I got a couple of blue lights, which indicate that the track is going to level out. So instead of going downhill, now level, which means for freight drivers to release the brake and start applying power. So the second pair of blue lights mean the gradient is now rising, so we need to apply power. It's very cozy in here, very comfortable. So leaving the Severn Tunnel, we have now entered England. Next station is Pilning, which I think only gets like one train a day in each direction. Pilning is also going back up to 90 miles an hour. And we're still climbing at 1 to 100. Which for a train is a bit steep. Now passing through Pilning. Yeah, today the South Wales coast looks completely different, both in terms of stock and infrastructure, because since this route was set in 2010s-ish, the route is now being electrified. I think electrification has only gone as far as Cardiff. Not sure about Swansea. Because now you have HSCs as in like castle sets, you have the shitty IET that just break, 166s and sometimes 158s and 387s, if I could talk. And we've also got the standard freight, which I think is a mixture of sheds and 60s, I think. Yeah, it's not like a few years ago when you had like proper stock, like Pacers and HCs, like full-length HCs. Yeah, it's very weird seeing like EMUs along here, because if you think of South Wales coast, you think diesels, not bloody 387s. Got double yellow. Next station is Patchway. Water line towards Avonmouth, Fontable Wood and Bristol Parkway branch off. This is Patchway. So line to the middle right is towards Fontable Wood. The direct route to Fontable Wood, which is currently closed because of rail buckling. And line to the far right is towards Avonmouth. And the Severn Beach line. Bring us speed down gently towards the danger aspect. Yeah, because this train is diverted, we won't have that much priority over other trains. So now that our path, we are cleared into the signal just before Bristol Parkway. You just have to wait for the 158 and a Voyager to pass. Also, this next signal is in a really stupid place. Because why would you have a signal in the middle of a bloody junction? Like, who would never rail thought that was a good idea? So anyway, we're coming into platform 4. So arriving into Bristol Parkway. Please shut down this cab and change in so we can head to Temple Meads. Already have done. So heading back out to Bristol Parkway, speed limit has gone up to 60, up to 90, then down to 70. Line to the right is where we just came from, towards Patchway in Wales, South Wales, and we had left towards Happy Wood and Bristol. And then further onwards towards Taunton, Exeter, Paignton, Exmouth, Plymouth, Penzance. Next station will be Filton Abbey Wood. Now arriving into Filton Abbey Wood. Aim to stop just by the staircase to the left. Or I guess the ramp case. So towards Bristol Wood, speed limit is 75. Next stop is Bristol Temple Meads in about 4 miles. Next station will be Shepperton, then Lawrence Hill, then Bristol Temple Meads. Also going down on the gradient of 175. So probably going to cut the power at like 70 and then cruise to 75. Just bring that speed down. One of the sorry, one of the right joins from Severn Beach. So for sure nowadays, just about track is quad track instead of 2. Coming up now is Shepperton. Next station is Lawrence Hill. Which is coming up right now. I've had a warning for 40 miles an hour. So what's up on me? You should be right around the corner. Let's see, Dr. Day's Junction. Line to the left goes towards Bath Spa. On the right is Barton Hill Depot. Now I'm speeding again. Line for the left joins from Bath Spa. Yeah, kind of forgot that was a red. Crossing yellow, which means we are now cleared into platform 9 at Temple Meads. It is Smudge. Yeah, Smudge is just sat next to me, just meowing. So this is Bristol Temple Meads, where the video will end. So I hope you enjoyed this run from Cardiff to Bristol via Bristol Parkway. Like the video if you're so inclined. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Got a couple of HSTs on the left that will pass to Paddington in the next couple of hours. So arriving into Bristol Temple Meads. Fucking hell. What's some fucking trespassers? Dude! Don't walk through the train. We don't appreciate that.